Hi, I'm Em. It's so nice to meet you all. Thank you for joining me for my very first reformer class on YouTube. Today we've got lots of nice rotation hip flexor work and I'm really excited to get into it. So let's go. We're going to start with all of our springs on and then just take a lay down on your back. And take a lay down on your back, taking your heels to the widest corners of the foot bar, and then we're just going to rock the knees over to the right side, holding there for a moment, and then up and over to the left. Now just moving side to side at your own pace, holding on one side a little longer than the other if that's what your body's calling for. Now throughout the class today, there's going to be lots of layers and options for you to take. You definitely don't need to take every single layer. And you just take the rest if and when you need it. Listen to your body, pause the video, take a moment, and join us when you're ready. Nice. Now we're going to come through center. Heels are on the foot bar, they're about hip distance apart. Make sure you've got some room between your shoulders and the shoulder blocks. Now we're going to keep that left heel down and then pop that right foot over the left knee, like we've got a figure 4 stretch. From here, we're going to take an inhale breath. On your exhale, we're going to tuck that tailbone under, slowly start to roll up, find your bridge. Pausing for a moment at the top, we're then going to exhale, roll all the way down. Now here we want to notice what our hips are doing. So as we roll up, have a check, look at your hips. Are they level? Are they even? We want to have both of them shining up towards the roof. And also with that right knee, we want to make sure it's actively pressing away from us and not drawing into the chest. So it should feel like a nice stretch at the back of that right hamstring as well here. Nice. So we're going to add on in 2. On this next one, we're going to roll up and hold. From here, you're going to point your right toes, extend that right leg out wide, make a V shape. Replace the foot back on the knee, exhale, roll down. Nice. Now I want you to check in with that right hip. When you extend that right leg out wide, make sure you're not dipping down through that right side. We want to keep those glutes nice and lifted, those hips are level. Only thing that's moving is that right leg extending out wide. Nice. Nice and active through that right leg. Now, if this is enough for you, stay here. If you're wanting a little bit more, you're coming along with me. We're going to exhale, roll up, hold at the top of that bridge. Extend the leg out wide. Now from here, we're going to do a little thread the needle. So that right leg is going to thread underneath the left. As you do that, you're going to tip that right hip down, rotate. Extend that right leg back out long, lift the hips so they're nice and level. Replace the foot back down, roll down to the bottom of your bridge. That's your full flow. So there is absolutely no rush here. You take these at your own pace. It's not about how fast you go. Extend long. Thread that needle underneath. Rotate that hip down. Extend that leg out wide. Replace the foot on the left knee, roll down. Now, I might stop throughout the class to talk to you, give you cues, give you tips and things, but if I ever stop, you just keep going with the movement. So we're going to do 2 more here. On this next one, we're going to roll up and hold, just moving through that extension and that rotation, that thread the needle. Big exhale here, roll all the way up. Extend that right leg long, hold it there. We're going to thread that needle, dip the hip down. Extend the leg long, lift that hip up. For 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. Rolling all the way down. Whoo, my left glute and hamstring. Wow. Pilates instructors feel it too, guys. It hurts. Alrighty, from here, we're going to go straight onto the other side to finish our time on our backs. So we're going to take that right heel to the foot bar now. That left foot is going to cross over. Take a nice little stretch here to start with. Release through the back of that leg. It hurts. Okay, so we're actively pressing that knee away from us. If you need a little bit of assistance or a bit of feedback, because if you find that your knee is just moving into your chest and there's nothing you can do about it, place your left hand there, actively press it away, keep it in space. From here, we're going to exhale, roll up, roll down. Notice it might feel a little bit different on one side compared to the other. I'm finding that this left knee wants to come into my chest way more than my right knee did. And probably just a little bit tighter on the left side. So on this next one, we're going to find that extension out wide on the left side. So we're going to exhale, roll up, hold, point those left toes, extend the leg out wide. Take it back to that right knee, rolling all the way down. So we go again. Exhale, roll up. Hold at the top of your bridge. Take that leg out wide. Replace the foot down, roll all the way down. Nice. Got 2 more here. And we're going to add on that thread the needle, that rotation of the hips. Making sure you're checking in with your hips as well throughout this bridging series. Notice whether when you extend that left leg, are you dipping down on that side? We want to keep the hips lifted and level until we add on that rotation and that dip, which we're going to do now. So we'll exhale, roll up, extend that leg out wide. This time we're going to thread that left knee under the right, rotate, dip that left hip down. Extend the leg back out wide, lift the hips up, they're level. Replace it back on that right knee. Roll all the way down. Beautiful. It hurts, but I love the way it feels. I'm going to exhale, roll up, extend, dip, thread that needle. Nice. Lift and extend. Replace the foot back down. We're going to go for 1 more. And then we're going to hold up, just extend and rotate. We've got some curtsy lunges to come a little bit later in class, so this is prepping us for that, getting those hips open. Nice. Oh, the sun's come in. It's a little bit gloomy here in Perth today. All right, this is our last one. We're going to roll up and hold those hips lifted. Roll up, hold. Extend it out wide. Thread that needle, dip the hip down. Extend the leg, lift the hips. 4. Make sure you're breathing. 3. 2. Last one. Extend that leg long, roll all the way down. Nice. Ouch. Okay. Take those feet back out to the outer quarters of the foot bar. And then you're going to rock your knees over to the right side. And then up and over to the left. Same way we started. Nice. Okay, I'm going to come up now. Now I'm on a balanced body Allegro 2. So I've got red, blue and yellow springs. I'm going to pop on 1 blue spring, which is a medium spring. So we got 1 blue spring on, a medium spring or whatever your reformer looks like. And then I've then got the box off to the side of the carriage. Now this should work for whatever reformer you've got, whether it's a high one, whether it's a low one. Pop your box off to the side. Now, I've got my right arm on the outside of the box. My left hand is on the inside closest to the carriage. From here, we're going to come up into a nice 4-point kneel and take a few cat-cow stretches just to find our neutral spine, give our body a little bit of love. So round your spine, look towards your belly. And then exhale, arch your back, look up. We're going to inhale, round our spine, look towards the belly. And then we're going to exhale, arch the back, look up. Nice. Now, we're going to settle somewhere in the middle there, finding that nice neutral spine. That right hand is going to come a little bit more in towards the center of the box, and then that left hand is going to find that shoulder block closest to you. Drawing your belly up, knees are directly underneath your hips. We're just going to exhale, press that carriage away with the left hand. Nice. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, we press away. Inhale, we draw in. Now, this might feel a little bit light, but we're going to layer on. And this is a little bit more about the core, the abdominals here than it is going to be about this left arm. But what I want you to notice is that when I'm drawing my arm back in, bending, I'm bending that elbow down towards the carriage rather than out wide. So we want to think about using triceps here rather than our chest and our shoulders. So we're bending the elbow down. And we're going to add on in 4. Keeping that belly drawn up. Eye gaze is down on the floor in front of you. 2. Last one, press away. We're going to slowly bring that carriage all the way home. Hold it closed at the stopper. Going to extend that right leg long behind you. Point your toes, draw your belly in. Now notice here when we extend that right leg, a lot of the time that hip likes to hitch up. I want you to have both of your hip bones shining down to the box. So shoulders are shining down, hips are shining down. From here, we're going to keep that leg lifted. Just move again through those presses, out and in. Notice that you're having to use your abdominals a lot more here. Exhale out, inhale in. We're going to layer on some flexion of the spine in 4, drawing elbow to knee in 3, in 2. Take this last press, bring that carriage home. Now, we're going to press out and hold with that left arm. When we draw the carriage in, we're also going to bend that right knee, look towards your belly, round the spine. Exhale, press away. Inhale, round through your spine, draw elbow to knee. Look towards your belly. Exhale, we press away. You got 4. 3. Keep that eye gaze down on the floor in front of you. Keep those hip bones shining down. 2. Last one. Coming all the way in. Now we're going to stay exactly as we are with that left hand on the shoulder block and that right leg extended. If there's something you'll learn about me in taking my classes, I don't know lefts and rights. And yeah, so don't judge me, just you'll get used to it. From here, we're going to extend that right arm so that we're in a nice side kneeling variation here. Now we're going to hold this shape, just moving through that right arm. We're going to rotate, tap the box, rotate to the ceiling. 4. Going to move to an elbow to knee in 3. Now don't rush through this. It's a nice slow movement. It is going to feel unsteady and unstable. That's fine. Last 2. Last one. Extend the arm long. We're going to go elbow to knee, bending right elbow, right knee. 4. Ooh, wobbly. 3. 2. Last one. Extend long, come back down to the box. Find those cat-cow stretches again. Woo. Okay, we are warm. Let's get into it. We're going to stand up on the box, staying on our blue spring, our 1 medium spring. We're going to stand on the box, facing towards the foot bar. We're going to move into some curtsy lunges here. So I want you to start with your feet in a Pilates V. So we've got a V shape with our feet. Our right toes are turned towards the rails of the carriage. Hands are just going to come to the hips. That left foot is going to find the shoulder block closest to you. Now we want to try as hard as we can to keep those hips pointing forward. Obviously you're going to have a little bit of rotation to that left side. From here, we're going to take a nice lunge, bending that right knee out wide. Lunge away. Beautiful. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, draw down. Inhale, draw up. Take a moment to check in with that right knee, making sure that it's not coming with you when you lunge. So when you lunge away, you want that right knee to stay stacked over the ankle and the foot. You don't want it to come back with you when you lunge. If this is feeling good and your form is good, you're not taking that knee with you, we're going to layer in our arms. So as you lunge away, those hands are going to come to a prayer position at your chest. As you stand up, you're going to press the air away behind you, really active in those triceps. To prayer. And press. Nice. To prayer. And press. In 2, we're going to layer on a scooter. Check in with that right knee, making sure it's not coming with you as you start to fatigue. On this next one, we're going to hold low, layer in that scooter. Beautiful. Hold low. We're going to bend that left knee out wide, make a diamond shape with your legs. Press away. Stand up. Nice. Exhale, we go down. Make that nice diamond shape. bending that left knee out wide rather than forward. So you want to bend it out wide the same way you're bending that right knee out wide when you lunge. Again, don't stop when I stop. You keep moving. We've got 2 more here. We're going to add on some rotation as our last little layer. Now remember again, not every layer is for you, and that is fine. You stick with the variation that feels best. Next time we come down, we're adding on some rotation with our scooter. So we're going to exhale, lunge, hold. As we scoot that left knee in, we're going to rotate to the left side. Rotate back through center as we press away, stand all the way up. Now pushing the heels of your hands together, elbows out wide, is going to give you a little bit of stability as you rotate. Go for 2 more, and then we're going to hold low. Nice. On this last one, we come down and we hold. Lunge away, hold, just that scooter and rotation here. 4, you can do it. 3, lots of power as you press away. Exhale. 2. Last one. Coming all the way in. Oh, my glutes. I love a curtsy lunge though, they feel so good. All right, we're gonna come off, pop the box onto the carriage in a short box position. So long boxes on the carriage, short box. We're gonna stay on that blue spring, that medium spring. Now, we are going to take that right foot to the foot bar. On the ball of your foot, have your toes curled underneath the foot bar. Your forearms are going to come to the box. Just make sure that you've got all of your forearms on the box. I find that when I teach this, oh, I'm puffed. I find that when I teach this, I have a lot of clients put their elbows at the front and their hands are kind of hanging off the front of the box. I want your whole forearms, your whole hands on the box. This is going to be your base of support. That left knee is just down in the carriage. Now we're going to press through that right foot, open the carriage. Bend, come home. Catch my breath for a minute, gosh. Doing a class and talking throughout it, hard. Now we want to be actively pressing away from the box. Try not to rest on the box or dip down. You want to get as far away from the box with your chest as you can. Now this movement we're going to layer on a few times. If it's too much, you stay with the layer that we've just done, or this is your base layer, okay? Now we're going to press away, hold. We're going to hover that left knee off the carriage. Little lift, little lower, draw in. Now make sure when you're lowering, we're not dumping the knee back down. It's an intentional, slow and controlled lower. Nice. Keep going here. Lift and lower. I want you to imagine you're wearing a corset and the string at the front of the corset is being pulled nice and tight. Those abs are wrapping around. They're your base of support, okay? Nice. If this is feeling good, gosh, if somebody can count how many times I say nice in this class, please leave it in the comments because I'm giving myself the ick right now. Moving on. If this is feeling good, you're going to start to increase that lift, maybe piking your hips up. Look back at your toes. Place the knee down. 4 like this, we've got our last little layer. It's going to get hot. 3. 2. All right, for this next one, we're going to pike the hips up, close the carriage as we do. So we're going to press away, pike the hips up, close the carriage. Press away, knee comes down. 4 here, then we're going to keep the knee lifted. You're nearly there, hold on with me. 2. Next time you lift that knee, it stays lifted, okay? We're just going pike to plank. You have 4, you can do 4. 1, exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up. 2, 3, 4. Come all the way home. Told you could do it, well done. Okay, we're gonna stay here, but turn to face your right hand side. So It's just going to be that left forearm that's down on the box. That right foot's going to come back to the foot bar. But this time, your toes and your knee are pointing up towards the ceiling. So you've got that nice external rotation of the hip here. Open through the hand. We're just going to press through the heel, out and in. Now checking in, I need to check in with myself. Elbow is directly under your shoulder, okay? We don't want to have that elbow too far out in front of you. You're going to feel some tension through the shoulder and potentially through the neck. So if you're finding that you're feeling any tension through the shoulder or the neck, make sure that the elbow is directly under your shoulder, that your palm is open, your fingertips are pressing down. Not too many layers with this one. In 2, we're going to press out and hold. Okay, on this next one we press and we hold. We're going to extend that arm long to the ceiling. Take it back down to the box to close the carriage. We press away, extend the arm long. Eye gaze is going to follow your fingers. Come back down to the box. Now if that extension of the arm's not for you, you keep that right hand down on the box. Eye gaze always follows your fingers here, actively pressing away from the box, making sure we're not dumping down through that shoulder at all, okay? Lifted through that left side waist. You've got 4, then we're going to keep that right arm lifted. 3. Making sure that right knee's tracking up when you come home rather than forward. We want to make sure it's bending up towards the ceiling. 2. Next time you press away and extend that arm, it's going to stay extended, okay? When you close the carriage, we're going to wave it down by your side. Eye gaze is still going to follow the fingers. 4. Nearly there. You've got 3. Keep that belly drawn in. That core set is on and it is tight. 2. Knees pointing up to the ceiling. Last one. Press all the way out. Rotate to the box. Back to your knees. Whew, I love the way that one feels. Very similar to what we did in our warm-up, if you can see the pattern there. I always like to include in the warm-up some similar movements that we're going to do throughout the class, just to get you familiar with patterns, get your body used to where we're going. So you'll always find that whatever is in the warm-up, that you will likely find similar movement patterns throughout the class. Now, we're going to break up the 2 sides by doing a little bit of shoulder work. Not going to be here for too long, but it is quite strong. So you, as I said, take breaks whenever you need them, okay? Listen to your body. Now, we are going to take our hands onto the box and your feet are just going to press, or the balls of your feet are going to press up against the wooden platform on your carriage. So we're not on the foot bar, they're down on the platform there, nice and low, okay? Make sure your toes are curled under the platform because your base of support now is the ball of your foot pushing against that platform, okay? So we're going to take hands to the box. Shoulders are directly over your hands, and I want your hands about shoulder width apart, okay? Not too wide, not too narrow. They're underneath your shoulders. Shift your weight forward so your shoulders are over your hands. We're gonna press out to a plank. You're gonna exhale, okay? Exhale, press out to a plank, hold. Notice that your hands are underneath your shoulders here. Draw that belly in, your core set is on, squeeze your glutes. Now, we're just gonna press the carriage out a little bit, bring those hands back under the shoulders. This is all we're doing. No surprise layers. We're just focusing on those shoulders. The rest of the body is not moving, although my abs are shaking. Go for 4. See if you can press that a little further. 3. Come down for a little rest in 2. Last one, bring the carriage in, rest the knees down. This next set's going to target our triceps a little bit more here. So think about when we were pressing that carriage out and in at the start of class, how you were bending the elbow down towards the carriage. Similar sort of movement pattern here. Hands are going to come to the very top of the box. Not over, but just so that you've got room because we're going to move down onto the forearms. This is, again, a very strong movement, not going to be here for too long at all. So we're going to press back out to that plank. Exhale, hold your nice high plank. Now, we're going to press the carriage away, but as we do that, we're bending the elbows, resting the forearms on the carriage. We press back up. Triceps are doing a lot of the work here, so is the core. You've just got 4. You can do 4. 3. 2. Last one. So good. Told you you could do 4. I love that movement, but you can't sit there for too long. It is so hard. All right. We're going to start from the top. So bringing that heart rate back down, bringing the box over to the left-hand side of your carriage. Making sure it's up against the heel of the foot bar if you have one on your reformer, and that it's nice and close. I want it to be flush against the rails so that we're nice and close there. I'm going to take a few cat-cows to start with, just counteract all of that planking work that we just did. Giving the spine a little bit of love. So we're going to inhale, round through the back, look towards the belly. Exhale, arch, look up. One more. Inhale, round through the spine, look towards the belly. Exhale, look up. All right, let's go. You know what's coming. So, left hand is going to come a little bit in towards the center of the box. That right hand's going to find the shoulder block closest to you. This time, we're going to start with the left leg extended because we're already really warm through the core. So you're going to extend that left leg long, point your toes, we're active through the leg. We don't want it low, we don't want it too high, we want it nice and long in line with the hip and the glute if possible, because you'll find that if you lift it too high, you'll see how I get that arch in my lower back. We don't want that, we want it to be nice and flat. We also want to avoid lifting up or rotating towards that left side. So both of your hips are shining down towards the box, eye gaze is on the floor in front of the box. You're just pressing out and in. Remember that elbow, bend down towards the carriage when you come home, rather than out wide. Nice. Now we're not doing that shoulder and tricep work again, I promise. That is just a one-hit wonder. In 4, we're going to add on that flexion, curling elbow to knee. In 3, making sure that abdominal muscles are turned on, that core set is on and it's tight. In 2. Last one, can you press away? This time when you bring that carriage home, you're going to curl through your spine, draw elbow to knee. Look towards your belly. Exhale, we press away. Inhale, we curl and round. Exhale, press away. Making sure that you're not taking your body with you. As you press away, it's just that arm that's moving. You've got 4. 3. Eye gaze on the floor in front of you. 2. I know you want to look up. Last one. Press away. Slowly bring everything back through center. Wow, my tricep felt it a lot more on that side. Okay, we have our curtsy lunges. I hope everybody's feeling okay. I wish I could talk to you. I wish you could tell me how you feel. Let me know how you found this class, if it was too hard, too easy. Okay, so we're going to find that Pilates V with our feet here. So turning those left toes towards the rails, and then that right foot is going to find the shoulder block closest to you. We're going to bend that left knee out wide, find our curtsy lunge. Draw up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Now, when you're coming up, imagine there's a piece of string pulling you up. The same way when you go down, you're going to have a bit of a natural tilt forward, but I don't want you to be looking at your feet. I don't want you to be rounding or tipping that chest down, okay? We want to look in front of. If you've got a mirror in front of you, fantastic. If not, you're just looking directly in front of you. Find something to focus on. Checking in with that left knee, making sure that it's not coming with you when you lunge away. When you lunge, you want to make sure that it stays stacked over your foot and your ankle. Now, if this is feeling good and your form is good, we're going to layer on those arms. So as we lunge away, the hands come to prayer. As we stand, we actively push the air away behind us. Prayer to lunge. Press to stand. Open through the fingers. Think about those active forearms, active hands that I was telling you about in our plank and pike work earlier. Same thing here. Scooter comes in too. Now remember, layers are always optional. If this lunge is enough, stick with it. Coming down and holding. We're going to bend that right knee out wide. Make that diamond shape with your legs. Press away. Stand. We lunge, hold. Keep those hands at prayer. Scoot that right knee out. Close that carriage. Exhale, press away. Stand up. In 2, we add our rotation. You're nearly there. Come down for this next one. We're going to rotate over to the right side this time. So we hold. As we scoot, we rotate to the right. Back through center. Stand up. Now, pressing the heels of the hands together, elbows wide. That's going to give you some stability with your rotation. Coming down. We rotate and scoot. Back through center. Stand nice and low and active through that left side. Last 2, then we're staying low, scooting and rotating. Last little bit of glute work for the class, I promise. Coming down for your final one, we're going to hold. Lunge, scoot and rotate, just for 4. Can you get a little lower through that left knee? 3, 2, last 1. Come all the way in. Whew, keep those legs a shake. Okay, we're going to take the box back onto the carriage in our short box. Now, if you've got a strap on your box, make sure that it's facing away from you, because when we start to hover the knee, that might get a little bit annoying. So we're going to come down into that kneeling position facing towards the box. We're going to have forearms on the box, hands are nice and open, and then we're going to take that ball of the left foot onto the carriage. We're just going to start with those presses out and in. Last little bit of work here. Well, we've got this in the now side facing series. We're pressing up and away from the box, not dumping that chest down. I also want you to evenly distribute your weight through all of your 5 fingers, through your forearms, not dumping your weight on your elbows. I often see this, people just resting all of their weight on their elbows. Want to be nice and active, press that box up and away from you. In 2, we're going to add that knee hover. Last one, press away. We're going to hover that right knee off the box, look towards your toes. Gently place it back down, come all the way home. Press away, hold. Lift, exhale to lower. We're not dumping the knee back down, it's a gentle, controlled lower. As you feel more confident here, you can increase that lift, maybe turning it into a bit of a pike. Look towards your toes, curl that knee in towards your belly. Lower the knee down. In 4, we're going to take that final layer of trying to close that carriage with the pike. If that's not for you, you stick with the static pike or you stick with the little knee hover. This is your workout. You choose your challenge. Now, we're going to press out and hold. As we pike the hips up, we're closing that carriage. It's going all the way in. Look towards your toes. Exhale, down. 3 like this, and then we stay lifted, pike to plank to finish. 2. Exhale on your way down. Remember, we're actively pressing through those hands. Exhale, come down. Now, this time, when you lift the knee, it stays lifted. We're just going pike to plank. We're going to inhale up. That piece of string is pulling your tailbone up, up, up to the ceiling. And then you're flattening yourself back out to plank. Ready? We have 4. 4. Exhale down. 3. 2. Last one. Coming down. Closing. Whew, my left quad felt that one. We have our last little bit of work for class, guys. We made it. So we're going to go into that side facing series. I apologize, you're going to get my whole back here. But we're going to have right forearm down on the box, shoulder, just knocked the microphone, sorry about that. Shoulder is over the elbow. Elbow's not too far ahead, directly under that shoulder. Now, that left foot's going to come to the foot bar once again. That right knee's nice and close to the box. The left knee and toe are pointing towards the ceiling, and then we're actively pressing away from the box. Out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Now, I know it's tempting to look at your feet. I want you to look directly in front of you. You've got that left hand just resting down on the box, and you're actively pushing away from the box. You should feel this through your right side waist straight away. In 2, we're going to add that reach of the right arm, the left arm, sorry, again with my lefts and rights. Staying on brand. Exhale, press, hold. Reach that left arm up. Eye gaze follows your fingers. It follows your fingers back to the box. We reach, look up. Bring it back to the box, look down. We go for 2. We're going to add that sweep. Last one, press away. That left arm stays extended. Now, as you bring that carriage home, you're going to sweep it back behind your glute. Sweep up as you press. 4. Last little bit of hard work. 3, keep active through that right side waist. Last 2. Last 1. Rotate to look down to the box. And you are all done. That is all the hard work done for the class. We're going to finish with a nice, juicy hip stretch. So, box is going to come to the floor by your side. I'm going to add on 1 red spring with my blue. So, a heavy spring with a medium, whatever that looks like on your reformer. And then we're going to finish class the same way we started, lying down. So, rolling all the way down, reaching for those long loops behind you, placing them onto the arches of your feet. You're going to extend those legs nice and long, flex through your feet. Gently pull those ropes down towards you. Feel that nice stretch. If you want to increase that stretch, you can lift your legs a little bit higher towards the ceiling. Just make sure that your tailbone is staying in contact with the carriage. From here, you're going to draw the soles of both feet together, bend your knees out wide. Send your heels down towards the springs and into your butterfly stretch. Now, if there's another position that feels more comfortable for you here, please feel free to take it. We're just going to finish class with a few rounds of breath. So placing your hands over your ribs. As you inhale, feel your ribs expand out into your hands. As you exhale, feel your ribs close down towards your hips. We're going to take an inhale together for 3, 2, 1. Maybe closing down the eyes. We exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Just taking these last few moments of stillness, checking in with how your body feels after class, bringing your breath back to its normal pattern now. Holding in this stretch for as long as you need to, or taking any other stretches that your body's calling for after class. Whenever you're ready, you can start to bring your awareness back to the room. Slowly take those loops off your feet, place them on their pegs, and you are all done. Thank you so much for spending my first YouTube class with me. I'm so excited to finally be here. If there's anything that you want to do in particular, any class themes, props you want to do, let me know. And yeah, I'm so excited to start this journey. Let me know what you thought of the class, and I hope to connect with you again soon.